your parents.
Welcome
Action.
to another episode of Will There Be Cake? I am your host, Amber Simpson. With me, as always, my lovely co-host, Robert Lamb.
Over here, adjusting the volume.
And today, we're talking about paying back your parents, because today is Pay Back Your Parents Day.
For what? What did they ever do for me?
They raised you and probably spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on your life.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Mommy and Daddy. That's what today's about, honestly. It's,
Just paying them back?
you don't always...
Like all of it? Because I don't have that much money.
It's a lot of money. No, you can just thank them. There's a lot of ways you can celebrate, but let's talk about the holiday itself.
Yeah.
It started during the 1980s. The United Nations wanted to raise awareness of the important role that the parents plays in the lives of the children. And this is really not where Pay Back Your Parents Day came, but the holiday, Just Parents Day, Global Day of Parents.
Okay.
They're the ones who created that holiday, which is not what we're celebrating, but it's kind of related in the way that you're appreciating your parents.
Guess Mother's Day and Father's Day wasn't enough for
It's
them.
not enough. So yeah, it was kind of started by the UN, but according to an article in the USA Today last year, American parents spend around $233,610 to raise just one child from birth to the age 18. That's really not that much, right? $233,000?
To what age?
18.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah, but 18 years, that's a lot.
But I think nowadays, well, I think it depends on your parents, but nowadays parents are still helping out their children that are in their 20s and 30s.
Thanks, Mommy.
Because my mom's still helping me out for sure, and I am 33.
And I live in a garage. So,
Attached to your mom's house.
Attached to my mom's house.
We're doing great. It's fun.
Yep.
No, but I think it's okay.
Actually, I think, was it this year they said... over the last few years is actually that more kids are moving it back in with their parents or parents and kids are moving back together just as family, which is interesting because that's actually how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
You grew up on the farm and shit like that, but you took over and then your parents just stayed there and you took care of them when they were older and stuff. So like, it's just interesting that like it's kind of coming full circle again, but also because the economy is pretty bad.
Right. Exactly. It's hard to afford having a place by yourself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it without living with my sister. So
right. No, that's true. And I don't have a brother or sister, so that's why I still live here. I don't want roommates. I had roommates for a while. I'm like, I'd rather just live in half of a house attached to my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly. But yeah, in 2017, the poverty rate for Americans was over 9.2%, which with some fluctuations due to demographics. So
I thought you were going to say Democrats.
Oh, wait, this is, sorry. This was for Americans 65 and over. It was 9.2%. So a lot of people's parents, older in age, are struggling with money now. And so helping
that
them.
is, my mom's not struggling, but she has a bunch of friends who I'm like friends with their kids, but the parents all got laid off recently. Yeah. Like several of them. And not because of just COVID, just because of they were making too much money.
Yep.
So they just got
happens.
fired. Kind of like with our manager at the movie theater back in the day.
Yep.
Like that's kind of why she got fired, because she was making too much and a new company came in.
Which is sad. That's so sad.
Yeah, but like what do you do when you're in your like mid 60s? You got to find another job. Not everybody wants to hire older people.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
You're supposed to like retire around that age, but,
right. But some
it's
people
not
can't.
easy. Yeah, it's not easy anymore.
If you don't have enough money saved up, like
yeah, it's hard.
Well, that's why I stayed here. Like I helped my mom pay off the house. So for the most part, the house is paid off.
You're doing it. You're paying back your parents.
Kind of.
I mean, you live here, so yeah. But I mean, to me, that still counts.
I know, but sometimes I even try to give my mom more money, and like this is true. I'm not trying to like gloat or anything, but I try to give my mom more money, and a lot of times she's like, "No, don't worry about it. Just put it towards your like podcast or like your other stuff." I'm like, "No, like let me pay you," and no, but because sometimes I think she uses that as like, "I need help with this. Can you help me?" I'm like, she's like, "I let you not pay me that much." I'm like, "Oh, mom." You're just using that for when you need favors. I'd rather pay you money.
Oh yeah, no. I think
Helping my mom clean and shit is not the most fun.
I think parents do that for sure. My mom was always like, I need you to come over and help me lift this or move this or clean the yard or put the Christmas decorations away. Or
Yeah.
But it's fine, and she helps me out still all the time. And she's like, if I need money, she'll help me out when
But
she
that's
can.
like a way to like pay back your parents, though. I think. Like
Yeah,
I go to my
okay,
dad's
yeah,
house sometimes and
just
clean
helping
off
him
his
out.
roof because he's like too old to go up there
Exactly.
now. So he's like, "Can you just go like clean out the gutters?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
like, I'll go."
I think that is a way of paying back your parents. They need your help once they get older. They had to take care of you when you were shitting yourself, and now you got to take
And
care of
then-
them when they're shitting
us.
themselves.
That my mom was one thing. She's like, "If I ever get to that point, do not take care of me. Put me in a home."
Yeah, that's great though. I think my mom would want me to take care of her because
Really?
she took care of her mom like that. Like
My mom, like,
she did put her in a home, but there was still a lot of times when she had.
I mean,
to.
I'll take care of my mom for sure, but like that kind of stuff, I'd rather have a nurse do it.
I know, I agree.
Because my mom did take care of people like that too, and she like because my mom has a lot of older friends, and she said like, trust me, don't do it. It's going to stress you out too much.
Yeah, no shit.
Because that's
I think
what,
if you're a nurse, it's a different story. Like if you're a family member
well,
and
you
you're
do it
already
for
a
a
nurse,
job and stuff.
right.
So if you add that on top of like you take care of an old person who's kind of maybe like starting to lose it, they don't remember everything, like it just gets frustrating. And the lady next door who lives right next door to me, she died not too long ago. She was taking care of her husband at the time,
Oh, no.
and he couldn't even leave bed, so she took care of him here, and she started losing her hair, and she ended up like just like really falling apart. My mom's like, see, I don't want that to happen to you. Don't do that to
Jesus.
me. I'm like,
Yeah.
not everybody's going to go through that, I understand, but it's like
But
it
it
adds a lot of
does.
stress.
Yeah, it's
a lot of stress doing that shit. So just visiting your parents and trying to take care of them a little bit
and
makes
helping
sense.
them financially once they need it, and you can start affording it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so some ways that you can celebrate or, participate in this holiday is to talk to your parents about their financial needs, see where they're at, and if they'll need help. Maybe you can't help them, but maybe you can help them, talk to a professional that can help them with their money or something, like get them to see a financial planner or something like that. Because like you said, you start losing it when you get a little bit older, and they might need help with something like that.
As long as my mom doesn't go down that road where she starts sending like thousands of dollars of checks to like televangelists, we'll be fine. Please, mom, don't do it.
Well, it's crazy. Yesterday, I was talking to my the maintenance guy at my job, and we were like trying to fix a freezer, and he got a phone call, and I was like, what was that about? Because he was like on the phone for a while, and he was telling me that his dad had like hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt on his credit cards, and he was like super sick. I forget what his issue was, but he couldn't take care of himself, so he took off 10 months of his job, my maintenance guy, to take care of his dad, and he moved in with his dad, and he made sure he was doing his physical therapy. He made sure that when he was only getting like $2,000 like every month to pay his bills, which is not a lot of money, but his dad is a hoarder and would just see something online, like a workout thing that was like, you can lose weight by not even moving or whatever, and he'd just buy whatever online. So he got his dad back in shape by making him do his therapy, physical therapy. He didn't really work out. He just did his physical therapy. He made sure he wasn't spending any money on stupid shit that he didn't need, and he was putting that money towards paying off his debt. So then in that 10 months, the guy, his dad, lost weight. He paid off most of his debt, and he used a lot of his own money to help pay it. Like he was just using that money to pay off his debt, but he was using his own money to pay for his dad's rent and to get the groceries and feed both of them. So they were both eating good and all that, and he paid off his dad's debt, and his dad was doing a lot better. And then the story gets sad after this. So then they go in for a doctor's checkup, and his dad is just like in a bad mood. He's a grumpy old man. He's in a bad mood, and the doctor asks like how his son, how he's doing living with his son, and his son taking care of him. And he's like, he abuses me and he steals my money. And they take that shit seriously because like senior abuse is a real thing. And the guy was just in a bad mood. He wasn't like he just, that's just the way he worded it. So the poor guy had an investigation against him when all he did was help his dad pay off his debt and get better. And he had an investigation against him because his dad said that shit. So the next time they go to the doctors, the doctor was like sticking up for him, this guy Mark, and he was like, he's really good to his dad, like look like he's gotten better or whatever. Right. So he's sticking up for him, and his dad, so they asked him again, like, are you sure? Like, he's stealing your money, he's abusing you, and he's like, no, I just mean, like, he won't let me spend the money I want to, and he's making me do my physical therapy.
They're like, okay. So he's actually doing well.
Right. So he's not abusing you. Okay, you old man. But he was telling me, he's like, so, like, I got him in the right track, but I kind of stopped helping him as much then. Like, he's like, I still check on him, and, like, the doctors still call me and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, I can't imagine having to, like, it's probably going to happen one day. I'm going to have to help my mom in that kind of way. But it made me think of this holiday that we were planning today. I was like, wow.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I told my mom to, like, clean her house, because she's a hoarder. So I was like, you need to clean your place because, one, you're getting older.
Yeah. And then I'm going to have to do it.
And then I'm going to have to do it. And I'm like, I don't want to clean your house. I don't want to trip over anything when I'm taking care of you. And also, like, if you fall or something, and something falls on you, how am I going to know? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Unless you, like, text me while you're down.
while you're under this pile of shit. Yeah.
So she has been cleaning. Whether it continues, who knows? But it's one of those things also that, like, my mom does buy a lot of stuff, but it's mostly from, like, garage sales. Like, she strives for, like, sales. She likes to buy anything on sale. So I don't know if she would really, like, run out of money or, like, spend all her money. But it's just one of those things where I'm, like, trying to get her to not, like, stop buying stuff.
Right.
Especially when she buys me, like, she'll buy me, look what I bought you. I'm like, I don't want it. Like, I just don't want it. And she'll just give me stuff. It's always like knockoff stuff.
And that's the issue, is she's not buying shit that she can resell for any type of good value.
Right. Like, it's not like she bought me like 3 virtual reality sets one time. I'm like, I don't want these.
I don't need one. I need 3.
1, I'm not going to use it. It gives me a headache. 2, if you're going to buy me one, I want the fucking Oculus or the PlayStation VR, which are like $400 or whatever. Not a $30 one where it's like one of those clicky pictures where I just can look at stuff. I'm like, I'm good.
Those are awful.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom, but I'm just saying, I don't need that stuff. So I've been trying to tell her, and she's like, all right. Because, like, for Christmas, she's always like, what do you want? Like, do you want this? I'm like, no, I don't want that. I'm like, I don't want anything. It's fine. Just keep the money. No, I got to buy you something. I'm like, she's like, but pick something so I know that that's exactly what you want. I'm like, okay. So that's what I do now.
Nice.
Yeah. But my dad actually saves money a lot, that I'm wondering if he just saves too much money, where it's like, you need to spend some. Go on vacation.
Yeah, right. Live your life, Dad.
Like, you're getting older. He does go on vacation sometimes, but, like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I feel like he's just saving up for nothing.
But that's what old people do. Just like he was telling you, you get more conservative the older you get, and he's just worried. And I mean, that's good because when he can't take care of himself, he'll have the money to pay someone to take care of himself. You won't have to worry about it, which will be nice.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to be old enough where, like, I call her grandma, but she's actually not technically family, but my mom's known her whole life. Mm-hmm. And she's, like, in her 80s, like mid 80s. She still can walk around, but, like, she needs somebody to take care of her. But she has a nurse come to her and take care of her every day. Yeah. And, like, that's what I would want.
That's what I would want, too.
Yeah.
Just live in your own house, but have enough money to pay someone to come take care of you, check on you and
like,
stuff.
I wouldn't mind, especially, like, living in, like, maybe, like, an older, where, like, it's a condominium for, like, older generation, where you could still live in your own house, you can still do whatever you want, but you just have somebody come in and take care of you. I don't want to live in, like, a nursing home where they, like, force you to go to bed and all that kind of stuff.
No, that doesn't sound
But if I have dementia, I guess it doesn't matter at that point.
Like, it depends on your situation.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
You're not even going to know the difference.
Yeah.
So if you can't, like, actually help your parents in a financial way, you can just call them and tell them you love them, or help them around the house, or, like I said, take them to see a financial planner, or maybe just pay for their groceries for, like, 1 week, like 1 day, or take them to dinner and actually pay for it instead of having them pay for you, because, you know, parents usually pay for the bills when you go out to eat. At least mine does.
I went out to eat with my dad, and, like, they got, like, mimosas because it was, like, 1 o'clock or, like, noon or something like that. And they're like, you want one? I'm like, nah. Well, he's like, well, get, like, a drink or something. They had, like, an old fashioned, but it was, like, pretty expensive. And I'm like, I'll get an old fashioned, all right. And then so I ended up getting 3 of them.
Oh my God.
but like he was the one who suggested it. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm like, they're pretty expensive. He's like, just do it. Just you want one? Just get them an old fashioned. So I'm like, all right. So I got it and stuff. But there was like a year ago we went out to eat for my dad's birthday. He still always pays, or like Lois will pay, my stepmom. And one time I was just like, let me pay. He's like, nah, we got it. I'm like, no, like for real. No, don't worry about it. I'm like, I'll pay. He's like, you really want to? I go, yeah, it's your birthday.
Yeah,
He's like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
So I paid. So that was the only time, though. Every other time he's just like, no. And I feel bad, but like if he's going to let me buy drinks, I'll get the drinks.
Yeah.
Fucking $15
exactly.
fucking old fashions. Yeah, okay. I'm not paying for that. If I'm paying, I'll get water, please.
Exactly.
More water for me.
Got enough liquor on top of my fridge at home.
Yep.
But yeah. Oh, and then another way, if you could take yourself off of your parents' insurance or cell phone plans. That's another way you can pay back your parents.
Yeah, that's true. I pay for all my own like insurance, car insurance, health insurance, all that stuff. But I am on my dad's cell phone plan still.
Yeah, I think I was on my mom's cell phone until I was like in my 20s, and then I got off of it. So I'm not on my parents' anything. So, but I don't pay. I help my mom around the house. I help babysit my niece, which isn't it is for my mom in a way because she babysits my niece while my sister works. But I try and help out in any way I can. But she still gives me more than I give back, really. She cooks dinner like every other day. She'll call me and be like, I made this, you want to come get leftovers? I'm like, yeah, because I want to not pay for food for as many days as possible.
I mean, yeah, I think that's just being a parent, though.
It is
like,
being a parent, but
I mean, most parents, from what I like, all my friends, like it's kind of the same thing. Like parents still want to like
they still
help out.
Yeah, they do.
I feel bad for my friends who like have had to help their parents.
Yeah.
From like even being like 16 and having to work and pay for the rent and all that kind of stuff. Like I know that happens too. I've been lucky.
Yeah,
we're
definitely lucky.
So obviously that helps. But yeah, I do want to like. That's why like especially now like when it comes to Christmas, I try to buy them like better gifts and all that kind of stuff. And
it's weird because I've gone the opposite. Like I used to make sure, like I still make sure I get at least my mom something, but like our family just in general is just like let's just get stuff for the kids and not for each other.
I mean, that's true. Well, my mom said the same thing. She's like, if you ever have kids, I'm not buying you presents anymore. They're going to your kids. I'm like, that's fine. I'm not having any kids, Mom. Bring on the presents. No, but I even tell, like, I say to my mom, like, you don't have to buy me anything. Like, I'm totally fine with you not getting me anything and just going out to eat. But, like, and my dad the same way. I'm like, you don't have to buy me anything. I'm in my 30s. You don't have to give me anything. But they still do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I try to buy them stuff that's, like, a little more. I used to just buy them, like, $20, $30 gifts. Yeah. Now I'll try to buy them something a little bit more. Like, I bought my dad, like, record player.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just about appreciating your parents today, both of them. I know we do it on Mother's Day and Father's Day as well, but this one's more, I think, about realizing how much your parents do for you.
Yeah. So just pay them back emotionally, physically, like physically. I mean, like in cash, not like I don't know
where my mind went.
Yeah. But yeah. Or go out to eat with them and pay for dinner, or hang out with them, quality time, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if you go out to eat, I think you definitely celebrate with a cake.
Yeah, you buy them a piece of motherfucking cake.
Hey, here's a cake for you. Thanks for everything.
Here is a $5 piece of cake for the $233,000 you've spent on me since I was 18.
But you know what? Get yourself a drink, too.
Get yourself a drink, too. Have a martini with that cake. Yeah.
Water for me, though. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. I think that does it. Appreciate your parents today. Give back in some way.
And have a cake.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
has been a Seven Lamb production.